Okay, here we go.
Old white guys be somewhere else. Right.
Regular meeting of Washington, Missouri City Council, Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024, 7:03 p.m. Bear, Briggs,
Yes.
Coulter, Hydrich, Holtmeyer,
Aye.
Patke, Reed,
Yes.
Wessels. Please rise for Pledge of Allegiance. Will all the council members answer if they have or have not read the minutes of the meeting dated December 18th, 2023? Briggs,
Yes.
Hydrich, Holtmeyer,
Aye.
Reed,
Yes.
Wessels.
Need a motion.
Make a motion.
Motion by Holtmeyer.
Second.
Second by Wessels to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved.
Approval and adjustment of agenda, including consent agenda. You have the collector treasurer's report summary for September 2023, investment report for September 2023, and collector's treasurer's report summary October 2022 through September 2023.
Any comments about the consent, you guys? All right.
Looking good. Make a motion.
Motion by Holtmeyer.
Second.
Second by Briggs. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Consent's approved. Go ahead.
Priority items, mayor's presentations, appointments and reappointments, police department reappointments.
Go ahead, Joe.
All right. Good evening, council. So I have two officers up for reappointment, Zach Yowitz and Ben Juergens, and they're both doing well, so I recommend them for reappointment.
Okay.
Make a motion. Second.
Okay, motion by Hydrich, second by Holtmeyer. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Citizens' comments?
Anyone in the audience like to make a comment, please come up and identify yourself. Okay, thank you.
Report of department heads, Gateway Fiber project update.
I believe we have some representatives from Gateway Fiber here, so I think we had asked them to go ahead and address council to see if there was any questions that you as council members have, and as well as they could give you maybe a status update of where they're at with regarding to providing fiber to the community.
Yeah, we appreciate the invitation. Derek Leffert here, Head of Government Affairs for Gateway Fiber. We started the project, I want to say, was it March of this year, maybe a little earlier?
I don't remember exactly when. But go.
It's been a little bit. Rick managed it. I'll let him introduce himself here in just a bit.
Sorry, it started before I got here, so I'm guessing around, I think late February or March, I think is when it started, if I'm not mistaken, so.
And, we've made a significant amount of progress. We still have quite a bit of work to do. I think to date, we've passed about 2,300 homes, and we've got, I think, another 800 or so in the design pipeline, ready to be worked out here. We'll pull up the numbers.
There you go.
Yeah, so far we've constructed 2,230. We've passed, which means we've taken the main line past 2,231 homes. We have 832 in the queue, and then there's another 269 that's up, ready to be worked on as well. So we anticipate that we'll be 33 to 3,500 here in the next, probably by the end of the year, I would presume.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then there's still also some additional areas that we can certainly construct as citizen needs dictate.
Yeah, we'll go back into the design phase after that. Here, I'll show you. So basically, anything west of 47 that we haven't hit already, we were looking at designing those next. So we're trying to finish up the first phase that we're doing now, then we'll move on to the next phase.
Is anybody online now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have about 300 subscribers at this point that are lit and taking advantage of the service, and then we have another 100, I think, or so that have pre-ordered the service, and we're waiting on actual light to get there before we can actually put them online. So
where are the 300 ballpark part of town?
It would be probably in the first, in that initial tranche of about 2,250, wherever that was at. I'm
Yeah,
not-
which is east of 47, kind of like Lake Washington Estates, and that area going south, and then over across Studeman, south of Studeman in that area is where the majority of those are going to be.
Don Valley.
Hadn't heard anything recently, which is good. About a month ago, I talked to Charles. I know Charles, our engineer, he contacted you folks. I was getting calls, people were upset about holes in their yards for what they felt was a long period of time.
Yeah.
And I understand he did some checking too, and that you folks had some subcontractors that you needed to.
Yeah.
You know,
So in full transparency, we did have a contractor at the beginning of the project that was not working to our standards, wasn't working to the city standards, and we removed them from any of our projects because their quality work was not what we expected. And so we always encourage folks, whether it's you as council members, constituents, concerned residents, if there's ever a concern or an issue, that we want to know about it, because we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing for the city and for its residents. So if you guys ever have any concerns about restoration or holes or anything about the construction process, please let us know about it so that we can get it resolved. I would say that's probably a big majority of what Rick does, is chases those problems day in and day out. So if there's ever a concern, we absolutely want to know about it to get it resolved.
I'll let you know a couple concerns right now.
Sure.
So Quail Run is terrible, terrible. Border underneath the streets are
Yep.
up
we
in
addressed
several
that, Charles,
spots,
before the holiday.
several spots.
Yep.
There's holes open up there. There's still lines just sitting there like this, conduits. People are asking what's going on here. I also got the calls, because we both serve the same ward, but, so I won't repeat some of the stuff, these are new ones. And even like in my area, and Rick knows where I live, the lawns were never put back the way we were told they were gonna be put back.
Okay.
And I've also had people call me and ask me, how do I get a hold of Gateway Fiber? Then I reach out to city staff, because the number that's given to them, nobody ever answers it.
Is it an
Nobody
eight-
ever answers the Gateway Fiber number that,
Is it an 800 number, do you know?
Here, I can, what number was given?
Because our office is all, we're staffed totally and completely here in Missouri,
I
right?
mean, we get calls all the time. I mean,
Okay.
and I don't want to bombard Rick with all these when I see him out, so
Yeah.
it's, this crew you have now is doing a very shoddy job as well.
Okay.
I don't know how many of you guys have went through, but terrible.
Yeah, we've had a problem with one of the prime contractors, and that's in the Quail Run area. Their subs have not been up to par. We've had trouble. We had to jettison another one of them. And then the one you just referred to, I just talked to them today about the molehills there in the subdivision, and we are gonna correct that. One thing I was gonna ask you guys is how do the residents, or you guys want it corrected? And maybe that's a conversation with Charles to have, is what exactly, we can cut it open, we can repatch it. What standards do you want to do with going that? Because obviously we're gonna have to cut the whole street, because it's across the whole.
Yeah, and there's
cross
several
shot,
spots.
so.
I mean, I guess you've been up there, Rick.
Yep.
There's probably at least
I've seen
8
it.
spots.
What's that?
There's at least 8 spots
Mm-hmm.
between 60-something Oxford and goes up to
Yeah,
30,
all the way up
30-something
Oxford.
Oxford.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
right, yeah, so.
I've been out there, I saw it, I drove it, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you
once the
can
project-
definitely feel it when you drive across it. I mean,
No, you can.
It's
Yeah.
a definite, just like you guys did it in my neighborhood. But I had a new street, after 20-something years, I had a new street put in. So, they milled it, and, it worked its way out. But we
Mm-hmm.
can't put new streets in every street that we have.
No, and the contractor knows they're gonna have to pay for it, and they're gonna have to deal with it. So we just gotta figure out how you guys want it done, and we'll have them take care of it, so they know it.
Yeah, I mean, to
So
that
that's
end,
where-
to that end, I mean, we're not going to run away from our responsibility to address these issues. If we know about it, then we'll do everything we can to get it
As
resolved.
far as falling back to projects that were done March, April, May, is some of these things, would you, even though that was a different contractor, would you guys still be willing to go back
Oh, 100%.
some of these people's yards?
Yeah.
I've had to address some even before I started working for Gateway Mark, that Selling Rink and some of their subs, ADB was one of them.
Yeah.
They left a yard over there off of Heritage Hills in a
Yeah.
mess. I had to address that one. So
Yeah.
if somebody will reach out to me, I will go talk to the homeowners, find out what they want. We'll address it with the contractor, and if they can't get like ADB to come back and do it, they're responsible for it, so.
And I gotta give kudos to Rick, because he personally came out and fixed a cover that the contractor did not put on, and a neighbor was getting their lawn cut, and it just sucked it up and chopped it, you know? And Rick personally came out and put a new cover on, so thank you very much for that.
I think it would be good if we had a better number. I
Yeah,
agree
we
with
need, we
you.
need a better direct,
I have a hard time, voicing
Well,
my
I
opinion.
guess first order of business for us to figure out what number is being called. So our 800 number should take you into the office there in Wright City, and people should be answering that phone. If it's not, we need to figure out what the issue is.
We have
Because,
it on our homepage, so if we can double check it after.
okay,
Sure.
yeah. Yeah, to another one of your points, you mentioned something about some of the yard restoration. Now, we do sometimes have complaints in the summer when it's really, really hot, and it's not going to do us any good to throw seed or sod down right then. We'll wait for a little while until it kind of gets past that period. But that should really be the only reason why there's any sort of a delay in
well, mine
restoration.
was delayed for probably 8 months, so it was plenty cool, but I just had my own nursery take care of mine. I paid for it myself and had it
Well,
done, so.
and if you have constituents that are, out of pocket for that stuff that, is our responsibility, then please let us know about it so that we can get it resolved.
No,
All
I
right.
mean, I actually had to, well, he's still gotta send me an invoice. Had somebody that wanted a specific side from Hillerman's. So I said, just why don't you go buy it, send me the invoice, we'll make sure you get reimbursed for it. So I'm waiting for the invoice from him. He's over there by, Lord's. So, I did talk to him about that, but, any of that comes up, I mean, I've been trying to address it as we go, and then I've told everybody that all the seed and sod we're putting, or seed and straw we're putting down now, it may not take. So come spring, we'll probably have to go back and do it, a lot of it again, so.
That's just the way
we're
it
aware of
is. Yeah. I mean, not everybody understands that, but that's the way it is.
Well, I try to, me and Charles go through it with all the residents. In fact, me and him went out a couple homes personally ourselves and explained all that to everybody. And just said, hey, if it doesn't take, we'll come back, we'll take care of it, no big deal.
Well, I appreciate that, because before you came on, Rick, we didn't have that kind of representation here. I can
Well,
tell you.
believe me, I have to live here, so.
I know.
Well, and along those
I'm
lines,
aware.
like, if you guys need, I mean, that's one of my purposes, is to kind of be an interface with you guys, at the council level. So, you're welcome to contact me direct by email, or I'll give you my cell phone number. You're welcome to contact my cell phone number as well. Again, our intention is to be a good community partner. We have zero interest. I mean, every one of these homes that we pass is a potential customer for us, and so we don't ever want it to be a situation where it's destroyed and not ever fixed. Or that is not our intention at all.
Yeah, and I know those contractors are gone, but the first contractor, I have a neighbor that's a Vietnam vet, and he had to go to almost to blows with the guy running the project for them to even come back and even look at his yard. I mean, they were terrible.
That should never happen. And Charles got my cell phone number. I'll give it to all you guys too. Call me. I'll go out and talk to them.
You asked what we would prefer when you're correcting some of those issues on the street and so forth.
Yeah.
I would refer you right to Charles.
Yeah, okay,
And
maybe I can work it out. That's
Yeah,
fine.
whatever he thinks is the best way to go, that's fine.
Well, like Charles and I probably talked about it, they need to be milled down. That street needs to be milled down
Yeah,
and those spots and redone.
and that's what we need to do. We'll
Is there,
make sure they do it.
is there any way that, with all the development going on out east and some west, that we can get in them subdivisions before they plant their yards and stuff, before that happens?
If there's opportunities for joint trenching or something where there's already going to be, a hole opened up where all we have to do is provide the conduit and then come back at a later time and put the fiber in, then that's certainly something we would take a look at.
Yeah, I've actually talked to a gentleman that's working out in Beaker, gonna put a new subdivision out there. I'm gonna work with him, try to get it in the ground before time, and then me and Charles have already talked about some of the projects you guys have going on downtown, it's the same thing. If you're gonna have street work anyway, might as well put the kind in the ground. I've worked with you guys in the past to do that before when I still owned the other internet company, so.
All right, cool.
We have a
No phone
contact
number.
at Gateway that we share plats with
Never a
for
phone
new
number.
subdivisions as well, so
Yeah.
make sure that they're coming.
We want this to be as as least disruptive as possible. Obviously, when you're putting utilities in the ground, there's going to be disruption, right? There's going to be disturbance, there's going to be signs of progress, but to the extent that we can minimize those disruptions, obviously that's our goal and our objective. So we're not going to shy away from any of those issues that you've addressed. We're here and we're here to stay.
Thank you.
You bet. Any other questions for us? Thank you. Hopefully hopefully the subscribers that we do have here are satisfied with our service. We have industry-leading customer service and a focus on our customers. So hopefully the people that are here that have our service are satisfied. We haven't heard otherwise. If we do hear that, then we'll take a look at, see what those issues are as well.
You may want to leave your number.
Yeah, leave us a couple cards, please.
Yeah, no, I'll go out to the truck and get a bunch of cards for you guys, so yep, I'll do that as soon as we're done here.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you for getting them here, too.
Ordinances and resolutions, an ordinance repealing ordinance number 23-13876 and enacting lieu thereof, an ordinance authorizing and directing the execution of agreement for stray animal boarding by and between the city of Washington, Missouri and the Franklin County Humane Society.
Holtmeyer.
Introduced by Holtmeyer.
I believe there were some sections that were missing from the previous.
Yes, there was just a,
You did, but
There was a page or two that somehow didn't make it into the original, so that's all.
this covers it.
Terms
The
are the
rates,
same.
yeah, the rates have stayed the same.
Further discussion? Go ahead, Sherry.
an ordinance repealing ordinance number 23-13876 and enacting lieu thereof, an ordinance authorizing and directing the execution of an agreement for stray animal boarding by and between the city of Washington, Missouri and the Franklin County Humane Society. Briggs,
Yes.
Hydrich,
Aye.
Reed,
Yes.
Holtmeyer,
Aye.
Wessels.
Aye.
By your vote, ordinance 7A passes. B, please.
An ordinance authorizing and directing the execution of an agreement by and between the city of Washington, Missouri and McGrath Human Resources Group for a compensation and classification study.
Holtmeyer.
Introduced by Holtmeyer.
As we addressed during the workshop meeting or whatever, this is the group that the committee that we had to review our qualifications suggested that we enter into a contract, and that's what you have before you tonight. So we are ready to move forward.
Okay, go ahead, Sherry.
An ordinance authorizing and directing the execution of an agreement by and between the city of Washington, Missouri and McGrath Human Resources Group for a compensation and classification study. Briggs,
Yes.
Hydrich,
Aye.
Reed,
Yes.
Holtmeyer,
Aye.
Wessels.
Aye.
By your vote, 7B passes. C, please.
An ordinance authorizing and directing the execution of a supplemental agreement number 2 with Cochran Engineering for the Earthcrest Extension Improvement Project.
Holtmeyer.
Introduced by Holtmeyer.
This is the supplemental agreement that we discussed in the workshop or whatever that we have with Cochran Engineering.
Without being too much of a pest, could you put that on a map, Sal? I just want to see how much, is there really any difference to this thing, or you just?
Well, we will show you what if you would like to see the properties that we would have to go ahead and get, yes.
So, this sliver right here,
Correct. The one in red is tied with that property that's further,
all right here. So it'd be an additional acre all the way down here that was tied to,
in past discussions, they wanted that purchased.
Yeah.
And so where's this going to move the bridge to?
right here, sorry.
It's not going to move far. I mean,
You won't have any easements that you need then from the property
few
to the
feet
north.
south. The alignment won't change too much. It'll keep the bridge, and vents off their property and the grading off their property. keep the sanitary extension off their
And
property.
the
there.
bridge slash culvert, whatever it is going to be basically the same.
More or less, yes. I mean, it's not moving very far, so,
Won't be no sight distance problem, will there?
no.
Okay, thank you.
Can you give them an update on the percentage of the plans that are approved?
Yeah, Terry
Or with-
said he should have a, pretty much a final set to me this week, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yay. Other questions or discussion? Go ahead, Sherry.
An ordinance authorizing and directing the execution of a supplemental agreement number 2 with Cochran Engineering for the Earth Crest Extension Improvement Project. Briggs?
Yes.
Hydrich?
Aye.
Reed?
Yes.
Holtmeyer?
Aye.
Wessels?
Aye.
By your vote, 7C passes. 7D, please.
An ordinance authorizing and directing the execution of an agreement by and between the City of Washington, Missouri and Flock Group, Inc. for license plate reader cameras and services.
Holtmeyer.
Introduced by Hopmeyer again.
So again, council, this was discussed in the council workshop regarding the license plate reader cameras. I'll entertain any other questions if you have them.
No further questions? Okay, go ahead, Sherry.
An ordinance authorizing and directing the execution of an agreement by and between the City of Washington, Missouri and Flock Group, Inc. for license plate reader cameras and services. Briggs?
No.
Hydrich?
Aye.
Reed?
Aye.
Holtmeyer?
Aye.
Wessels?
Aye.
You need 5 votes, I believe.
So if, Mark, can the ordinance be brought up again at the second meeting in January?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. E, please.
An ordinance authorizing and directing the City of Washington, Missouri to enter into a sales contract with Connell Material Handling for the purchase of a Doosan G25E-7 pneumonic tire forklift.
Holtmeyer.
Introduced by Hopmeyer.
Good evening, council. This is a replacement forklift out at our recycle center that we spoke about at the workshop. And we will be selling the other one off on our Purple Wave website.
No questions? Okay, go ahead, Sherry.
An ordinance authorizing and directing the City of Washington, Missouri to enter into a sales contract with Connell Material Handling for the purchase of a Doosan G25E-7 pneumatic tire forklift. Briggs?
Yes.
Hydrich?
Aye.
Reed?
Yes.
Holtmeyer?
Aye.
Wessels?
Aye.
By your vote, ordinance 7E passes.
I don't know.
F, please.
An ordinance approving a boundary adjustment for WW Industrial Drive, Plat 4 in the City of Washington, Franklin County, Missouri.
Actually have staff do the presentation first, yeah, thanks.
Holtmeyer.
Introduced by Hopmeyer.
Hi, council. This is application for boundary adjustment. There's four plats there. They are going to be reconfiguring that into 2. Oh, I was going to grab so you can see Lot 1 is the original Lot 1 plus part of the Lot 2. There's going to be a 50-foot width. What do we call that, a flag lot?
Yeah, flag lot, access to
For lot-
WW.
Yeah, for Lot 2. So that is their intentions, to go from 4 to 2.
Is this one we've also done earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had split it up in the past, and that's the reason why you had 4 lots in the past, now they're consolidating them.
Yep. The gas station wasn't originally, the gas station and car wash was not together, was not planned to be together previously, and now it is, so.
Okay.
See there. And we actually prefer this, that flag lot is better. That lot 2 has access to, has right-of-way frontage on Bluff Road, but it's not actual feasible access with the creek there. And so with this, rather than easement, they actually have true right-of-way frontage on WW. So this is preferable.
Okay.
Are we gonna do some remodel on this, or on this plot, or is this just?
This is just for the subdivision approval. I don't know the applicant if he wants to comment.
The
there will be, obviously, we'll be coming before you guys. Yeah, we'll be coming before you guys with building plans and all that. Right now, like, when we remodel the store, the plans that are in motion, the store would barely go over an existing property line between where the car wash property was and the ZX property, which obviously we can't do if there's no property line. So that's why we're consolidating it into one.
Can you give your name and address for the record?
Yeah, I'm James Fortner. I live at 539 Wildcat Creek Lane in New Haven, Missouri. And I'm with Wortman Fortner, who owns the Jack Flash gas stations in Missouri.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Flash, Jack Flash.
Thanks, Al.
Other questions or comments? Go ahead, Sherry.
An ordinance approving a boundary adjustment for WW Industrial Drive, Plat 4 in the city of Washington, Franklin County, Missouri. Briggs?
Yes.
Hydrich?
Aye.
Reed?
Yes.
Hultmeyer?
Aye.
Wessels?
Aye.
By your vote, ordinance 7F passes.
Mayor's report?
Our next council meeting will be January the 16th. That's a Tuesday, 2 weeks from tonight, due to the Martin Luther King holiday on Monday. Other than that, you guys, I would like to invite everybody here to the mayor's breakfast, or the mayor's coffee, also on the 16th at 8 a.m., right here. Thank you.
City Administrator's report?
The only thing I would just also invite you to, the Employee Appreciation Dinner and party is on the Friday, January the 12th, out at the auditorium. You all are invited, so hopefully you can put that within your calendar and show up. Don't forget to RSVP. Yes, but RSVP, please, if you receive that. So thank you, Sean.
German Beer Garden.
Council comments?
I've got a question, Chief. When will that recycle program start here at City Hall? You're gonna have boxes here? Are they already here?
That's a Parks thing.
Oh, okay.
It's not me.
It's already out there.
Yeah.
I saw
Already
that. I
put
was just
stuff in
checking
it.
on you, Charles. Some guys don't catch those things. You know?
Chief, do we still have a old prescription drop-off
We do, in our lobby,
in your lobby?
Yes.
So that's open at any time?
24/7.
Okay,
Yep,
okay.
absolutely.
I don't know if this is a question for Charles. I know John used to take care of it. I don't know.
Go ahead.
Trash. Lots of complaints about trash again. And I know we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Lots of complaints today. Even when I got home today, I picked up a 5-gallon bucket just in my short area of recyclables that were left on the streets. And is there any way that we can talk to them about possibly fixing their oil leaks? They are just trash, and they really show up at Stonecrest in the concrete sidewalk, concrete drive, the streets. You know, on the asphalt, it doesn't show up as much, but you can still see it. Is there any way that we can talk to them about maybe, as much oil is on the street, I'm surprised that truck makes it back home. I mean, it's, and I know, Darren, you and I have had this talk before, and about trash, and I'm trying not to be petty with it. I actually did do a bucket today and went down my street, down another one before I came here tonight, because people were calling me, and I went and checked on it, and they do leave a lot of trash on the streets.
You mean trash that?
Trash like in today, I don't know, I don't work around here, but I don't work in town, but I don't know if it was windy here, but I can understand if it's windy when they take and dump the container, but I don't think it was windy today.
I've seen it before like that too. They go to designated areas when they raise their hopper and dump it so they don't hit power lines, so on and so forth. And once in a while, something will blow out or bounce wrong and it hits the streets, you know. And I'm the same way as you. I just pick it up and don't worry about it. But my concern would be there's not supposed to be any plastic bags in their recycle bin, according to their standards.
Correct.
Okay? And I know we have it on our website, I know we get it with our water bill, and I know we get this, and I know we get that, but I look at this stuff and I see them heaped up and I still see trash bags inside recycle bins. Is there a way that a person, let's just say whenever the streets or somebody has got time, that they could tackle a little bit of it and go ahead and put a sticker on the folks that we know we have problems with, because I know y'all get enough phone calls, you ought to know where the problems lay, and put them on there, and, you know, so that you can wise these folks up just a little bit. It's not that smart, it's not that hard to do this. I know they should be doing it, but I think that we probably should put an effort out there too, where we know we got problems, where we know we got knuckleheads putting trash in the recycle.
We could do a concerted effort, I think, with our social media presence, and I would sit there, or a separate flyer if it gets that bad.
Separate flyer, I'm talking about you know, I don't wanna be a pain in the ass, Tony, but, you know, you guys know where the problems lay.
It's a pain for us also.
Yeah.
I do it on a regular basis.
know
I
you-
carry flyers with me. I knocked on doors today with Charles, and we do it on a regular basis, so. You just
they
can't
just
fix.
don't get it.
You can't fix everybody sometimes.
I know.
We do make an effort to try to educate them on it, though.
And I usually say a couple calls, but I only had one call today on this. And you know, it's right after Christmas time and this and that, and these people had a couple bags out, and then they had a couple cardboard boxes that were taped up, and they had trash written all over them.
Still didn't take them.
Didn't take them.
I know, they do that all the time.
They're grabbing the bags anyway, they push the boxes through the bags, and then they leave. I don't quite.
The trash guys get scolded from their company for putting the boxes, which are considered recycling, should be in the recycle bins. But I know a lot of people use boxes as a trash can, but they just don't want to fill up their trucks and our landfill with the cardboard when that really should all go in the recycle bin, where we could, you know, dump it for free, basically.
Yeah,
And I get that too, but.
I get it.
Especially this time of year, you know, there's a lot of.
And the worst thing is, if you took that box and put it in a bag, they would take it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
some of these
They wouldn't
TVs
see it.
nowadays don't fit in a trash bag.
Yeah.
TV boxes.
But we are staying on top of the recycle with the plastic bags and trying to educate people. Even if it's knocking on doors or taping flyers right on the recycle bins, we do it on a regular basis.
Okay,
I
I'm
carry a whole folder of them in my truck.
We can pass, though, Mark, your concerns on to Ben at Waste Connections.
Yeah, and they send us lists on a daily basis. We get emails on a daily basis. Trash and recycle left, trash and recycle, styrofoam and recycle. And I will try to hit those addresses and knock on doors and say, they're not gonna pick that up. And educate people they gotta stop.
Do you have your staff do it, or if they got a slack moment, say, hey, you know, knock on the door and put it on, just tape it to their recycle bin, like,
That's what I've done it on a regular basis.
And kudos, Charles, out in Stonecrest, they did come back out and pick up that recycling that they said was away from the curb because the wind blew the can back. So the next day, so thank you very much. They were.
Thank you, guys.
Just need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Briggs, second by Hopemeyer to adjourn. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
oh, this is the best thing ever.
There's a bummer if you can't put that in.
You know, it's been.
Throw it away.
It's always bad with the
I
holidays.
got a couple neighbors
All
with
that